These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. Are you ready to work?
Certainly.
All right, they like getting down to it here. Taking on our quiz champions today are the Seascalians from Cumbria. Now, this team with the brilliant name all met through attending their local golf club quiz. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Mitch and I'm a police sergeant.
Hi, I'm Peter and I run a railway museum.
Hello, I'm Steve and I'm electrical engineer.
Hello, I'm John and I'm a commercial manager.
Hello, my name's Matt and I'm an engineering consultant.
So Mitch and team, hello.
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 Great to have you with us. And just tell us the word Seascalians. I love the name, Mitch. Explain it.
Well, we all attend, some of us live, but we all attend the Seascale Golf Club quiz, yet none of us were born or in Seascale.
Oh, actually, so aliens to Seascale.
We are aliens to Seascale, all except Matt at the end, who is from Seascale but no longer lives there.
Oh, fantastic. This gets ever more exciting and complicated. I seem to remember a long time ago, Seascale was known as the cleverest town in Britain.
Yes, it was in the 50s. It was the Atomic Weapons Research Centre at Windscale, which is now Sellafield, of course. And most of the people that were bussed in were scientists. And at one point in the school, every child who did the 11 plus passed.
So their parents were all nuclear specialists, basically?
Nuclear scientists, physicists, engineers, etc.
How interesting. You've got a lot to live up to here.
We're here to debunk that myth, yes.
Are you quizzers?
We quiz against each other. We've never actually quizzed as a team.
Well, listen, good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. If they fail to defeat the Eggheads, we just roll that prize money over to the next show. Seascalians, the Eggheads had a bit of a bashing a couple of games ago. They've won the game since then, so there's £2,000 for you to win today. Would you like to crack on?
Yes, yes.
I thought so.
Yeah.
The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of history. One of you needs to go against either Beth, Chris, Pat, Steve or Lisa.
That'll be you.
I guess that's going to be me, yeah.
Yes.
OK, Peter. And which Egghead, Peter? Choose any one you like.
They all look absolutely fabulous. I'm going to choose Chris.
Was
We
a
know
very-
why, don't we?
Right, and what is the reason why?
Our good friend here runs the railway museum at Ravenglass.
Ah, so there's a little bit of railway
Oh,
in
yeah.
common. Wonderful. Well, Chris will be in his element. Peter from Seascalians taking on another railway man, Chris from the Eggheads, to ensure there's no conferring. Please take your positions. So tell us about the Railway Museum, Peter, because it sounds wonderful.
It's absolutely fabulous. Since I retired, it took me 18 months to set it up, and I've had it open now since June of last year. It's open 1 week a month. We get people in all the time, local people, travelling people, and it's just a joy to run.
And it's showing not model railway stuff, but serious real-life stuff.
Yeah, as it's all to do with what's known as railwayana. So old-time signs, posters, tickets, clocks, anything I've collected from the old railways of West Cumbria.
I can see Chris getting physically excited there.
Well, steady on there, but yeah, I can see where we're coming from. Yeah, I mean, there is just so much stuff out there because the railway, it was the whole world, if you see what I mean. It was a whole world on its own.
Yeah, and what sort of things, if you went into... I'm assuming you haven't been into Peter's Museum.
No,
Chris,
I haven't been there yet,
But
no.
you'll have to book in to see it. But what sort of things do you like looking at, Chris?
I like looking at old signs, old posters, locomotive building plates, that sort of thing, you know, station signs.
There we are, a man after your own heart, Peter.
Absolutely, yeah, and I've got all of those things, and seeing it's Chris, if he comes down, it'll be free entry for him.
Oh, rightio.
There we go. So history, Peter, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please.
Here's your question. Henry Puyi was the last emperor of which country? Was it China, Turkey or France?
Can you just spell his surname, please?
Yes, it's Henry, as you'd expect, and then P-U, and then new word Y-I.
OK. Pretty sure it won't be France without a Louis in his name. So I'm going to go for China.
China is correct. Well done. Chris, over to you. Which historical figure was assassinated by Gavrilo Princip? Was it Archduke Franz Ferdinand, Malcolm X, or Leon Trotsky?
Whoa. Now, if I had a time machine, I would love to go back to 1914 Sarajevo and knock the gun out the hand of Gavrilo Princip before he could assassinate Archduke Franz Ferdinand and trigger World War I.
Archduke Franz Ferdinand is the right answer. We go back to you, Peter. Which wife of Henry VIII had a sister called Mary, who was also a mistress of Henry? Jane Seymour, Catherine Howard, or Anne Boleyn?
Now, I think I remember seeing this on the telly recently, and I'm going to go Catherine Howard.
Interesting answer. Chris, do you know?
Well, I think Anne Boleyn had a sister.
Anne Boleyn is the answer here. We go over to you, Chris. Which of these Elizabeths was appointed Dean of the London School of Medicine for Women in 1883? Was it Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Elizabeth Garrett Anderson, or Elizabeth Blount?
Well, that was I think she was the first woman to actually qualify as a doctor in this medical doctor in this country. That was Elizabeth Garrett Anderson.
Elizabeth Garrett Anderson is the right answer. Oh, these eggheads. I thought Chris was going to go astray there. So you need to get this one right, Peter. Otherwise, you're going to have to bar Chris from your museum. Which pope was the father of the infamous figure Lucretia Borgia? Innocent VII, Gregory XII, or Alexander VI?
Not too hot on popes, I'm afraid. Recognising the question, I will plump for Innocent VII.
I'm sorry, it's Alexander VI. So the round goes to Chris because there's no way back for you, Peter, beaten by our egghead. Early days, though. Return to your teams, please, gentlemen. We'll play on. So, as it stands, these Seascalians have lost one brain from the final round. The eggheads haven't lost any so far. The next subject for you is music. Who would like music?
With me, is it?
Steve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steve?
I'll take the music, yeah.
Against which egghead?
I'll go for the fragrant Beth.
Okay.
It's not that bad, do I?
In a good way.
In a good way.
Steve from Seascalians to take on Beth from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, you're a massive music fan, Steve, aren't you?
I am, yes.
And you've got how many albums?
There's about 3,000 on vinyl.
On vinyl, wonderful. So you never threw the record player away?
Never.
So where does your collection concentrate on? What sort of music?
Sort of the 70s. Anything to do with the 70s is where I grew up, really. Sort of glam rock, punk rock, prog rock, heavy rock.
Yeah, what, King Crimson and Bowie and all that?
I Am Butterfly and Mountain. People have never heard of them now.
Fantastic. Well, the prog rock thing looks like a bit of an aberration now, but some of that music was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's had a bit of a resurgence lately as well.
Yeah. So music, Steve, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please, Jeremy.
And here we go. Who sang the lead vocals on the UK hit singles Common People and Disco 2000? Is it Jarvis Cocker, Richard Ashcroft, or Damon Albarn?
Well, I know this one because Damon Albarn's lead singer of Blur, and Richard Ashcroft was the lead singer of can't think of that one. But Jarvis Cocker was the lead singer with Pulp, so the answer is Jarvis Cocker.
Jarvis Cocker is correct. Ashcroft was the Verve.
Verve, that's right.
Over to you, Beth. Which girl's name is the title of a song from a musical that includes the lines, "Say it loud and there's music playing, say it soft and it's almost like praying"? Is it Julie, Maria, or Sandy?
Could I have it again, please, Jeremy?
Which girl's name is the title of a song from a musical that includes the lines, "Say it loud and there's music playing, say it soft and it's almost like praying"?
Oh, the praying might be a little clue there. And I think, it's not what I immediately know, but I think it's Maria.
The answer is Maria. That's right. Okay, Steve. The violinist and conductor Andrei Rieu was born in which country? Switzerland, Netherlands, or Russia?
This is one of my dad's favourites, this one. And I believe he's from Switzerland.
No, he's Netherlands. I'm sorry. You blame your dad for that.
Yeah, I'll have words with him.
That's his fault. Beth, in which city did Sir Charles Halle set up a Royal College of Music in 1893? Manchester, Liverpool, or Sheffield?
Well, the Halle Orchestra is associated with Manchester, so I assume that's where he set his school up, Manchester.
Yes, you're right on every count. Manchester's right. Well done. Okay, Steve, back to you. Boy in Da Corner was the debut album of which British recording artist and producer? Is it Plan B, Skepta, or Dizzy Rascal?
I think Boy in the Corner was Dizzy Rascal's first album.
Dizzy Rascal is the correct answer. Well done. Okay, Beth, your question, you can take it with this. The 2016 album Together is a collaboration between Michael Ball and which other singer? Is it Alfie Boe, Bryn Terfel, or Ala Jones?
What lovely complimentary voices, and I saw them on several programmes promoting this album, and it's Alfie Boe.
Yes, it's Michael Ball and Alfie Boe. Quite right, Beth. Well done. You're in the final 3 out of 3. Sorry, difficult to play against these eggheads when they don't get any wrong, Steve, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please return to us and we'll play round 3. So as it stands, the Seascalians have lost 2 brains from the final round. The eggheads are now playing well. They haven't lost any. And the next subject for you is arts and books. Silence. Who wants this, Captain?
That one.
Matt?
Yeah, I think I've drawn the short straw on this one.
Okay, Matt, our engineering consultant. Which egghead? It can't be Chris or Beth.
Free choice.
Steve? Matt?
I think Steve. Steve? Yeah. We'll go with Steve.
Matt from Seascalians to play Steve from the Eggheads on Arts and Books. Please go to the question room now. Do you enjoy a quiz, Matt?
I do, yes.
And why were you chosen for Arts and Books?
Nobody else wanted it.
Arts and Books, Matt, first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
The book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them appears in Harry Potter stories as a textbook by which writer? Is it Newt Scamander, Bathilda Bagshot, or Albert Runcorn?
Now, I know nothing about Harry Potter, so bit of a difficult question for me. Albert Runcorn doesn't sound terribly convincing. Newt Scamander sounds like something out of James Bond. So I'll have to go for Bathilda Bagshot.
Lisa, you'll know this.
It's Newt Scamander, I'm afraid.
Newt Scamander is the answer, Matt. Steve, Veruca Salt is a character in which Roald Dahl book? Matilda, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or The Witches?
That's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Jeremy.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is quite right. Matt, which British artist was the best man at the wedding of fashion designer Ozzie Clark and Celia Birtwell? David Hockney, Lucian Freud, or Jack Vetriano?
Those fashion designer names don't ring any bells. I think Jack Vetriano was a Scottish artist, so I would guess David Hockney would be more sociable than Lucian Freud, so David Hockney.
David Hockney. Now, my memory, I'll check this with the eggs, is that he did actually do a painting of Ozzie Clark with a cat in it. David Hockney's the right answer. Is that the connection, eggheads? Help us here.
Yes,
was there
certainly.
a cat?
Mr. and Mrs. Clark with Percy.
Mr. and Mrs. Clark with Percy. How brilliant you are, Pat. You know the name of the cat. What about that? Well, now we're learning all the time, Matt, aren't we? Steve, your question. In The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, what is the first name of the brother of Peter, Susan and Lucy? Is it Eric, Eustace or Edmund?
It's Edmund, Jeremy.
Oh, straight there.
I've read him.
You don't even hang about.
Well, like I say, I've read him. I don't think there's an Eric in it. I don't think there's a Eustace. So I know there's an Edmund. So Edmund's my answer.
Edmund is the right answer. Well done. He has 2. You have 1. You need to get this one right here, Matt. Which British painter, born in 1775, spent a lot of time at Petworth House in West Sussex, which is now home to a collection of his works? Thomas Gainsborough, J.M.W. Turner, or William Holman Hunt?
Now, I think this was the subject of a recent film with, I think, Timothy Spall, and I think that was J.M.W. Turner.
Brilliant. J.M.W. Turner it is. So 2 out of 3, is it enough? Steve, we go to you. Small Great Things is a 2016 novel by which writer? Victoria Hislop, Zoe Heller, or Jodi Picoult?
I don't know that one. I've not heard of the book. I've read some Zoe Heller stuff, so I might like to think if it was one of hers, I might have heard of it, but again, I really don't know. Jodie Picoult is quite prolific. It could well be her. I really don't know, so it's a 1 in 3 guess, and I'm going to guess Victoria Hislop.
Eggheads?
We're not entirely sure, but my inkling was Jodie Picoult.
No, they're not sure?
I'd guess Pico as well, but
Yeah.
no confidence.
They're all guessing Jodie Picoult, and that is the right answer, Steve.
Right.
So it's not Victoria Hislop. You got it wrong. After 3 questions each, the scores are level. You hung on in successfully there. We go to sudden death. It gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternative answers. The name of which small mammal appears in the title of a Shakespeare play?
That would be the shrew in The Taming of the Shrew.
The Shrew is right. Steve, Abigail's Party is a play written in the 1970s by which man?
Mike Lee.
Mike Lee is right. Matt, the first Charlie and Lola book by Lauren Child was called I Will Not Ever Never Eat a What?
I've never heard of that, so I'm going to have to guess at a snail.
No, more obvious. Tomato. Steve, you can take the round with this. Which female novelist was nominated for a Booker Prize in 1969 for The Nice and the Good, and in 1970 for Bruno's Dream?
I really don't know. I'd guess at Iris Murdoch.
Do you know, I just knew you were going to get that. Iris Murdoch is right, Steve. Well done. On sudden death, you've beaten Matt. Sorry, Matt. He's very good. Please come back, rejoin your teams. 1 more round to play. All right, we're going to do some really top-level quizzing now, Eggs, OK? The painting we referred to by Hockney had a cat in it. The title of the painting said the cat's name was Percy.
Yeah, very snow.
That was actually the name of one of their other cats. Hockney liked the name better than the actual name of the cat in the painting. Eggheads, what was it?
If you give me 3 choices, I might know.
Was it Boris? Was it Barry?
No.
Or was it Blanche?
Blanche.
That was too easy, wasn't it? As it stands, the Sea Scalians have lost 3 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any. The next subject is sport. So who wants this?
I'm going to have to do it, aren't I, to leave you in
Well,
the final?
it's up to you. I mean, either way.
I don't... You stand more chance in the final, I think, Mitch.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you never know how it might
You
work.
never know.
No.
Yeah.
So John, is it you?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's going to
yes,
be me.
it's
Okay,
gonna be
John on
John.
sport. You can have, let's see, Pat or Lisa are the only 2 left.
Lisa? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll pick Lisa. Thank you, Jeremy.
Okay, good stuff. John from the Sea Scalians will play Lisa from the Eggheads on sport. And so for the last time, please go to our question room. Good luck on sport, John. How are you feeling about it?
It's probably not my best subject, but I'll give it my best go.
All right, you're up against Lisa. She's a doughty player on sport. Would you like to go first or second?
I think I'd better go first, please.
Your first question. At the 2002 and 2006 Commonwealth Games, cyclist Chris Hoy won gold medals for which country? Wales, Scotland, or Northern Ireland?
Luckily, this is one sport I know a little bit about, and I believe that Chris Hoy is Scottish, so I would say Scotland.
Scotland is correct. Well done. Lisa, the model Ellen Nordegren divorced which sports star in 2010? Novak Djokovic, Tiger Woods, or Kobe Bryant?
She was Mrs. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is the right answer. John, the football team Juventus is based in which Italian city? Is it Turin, Rome, or Milan?
This is possibly tricky, although I once was on a bus trip that went through Turin, and there is some kind of shred of recognition that Juventus are a Turin football team.
And Turin is right. Nice work. And I know sport is not especially your thing. Is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, well, you're playing like it is, so well done. Lisa, in which year did Niki Lauda win his first Formula One championship? 1971, 75, or 79?
Okay. 79 was Scheckter. 71. I'm Why have I got Massimo? He wasn't a world champion. Anyway, it's not as early as that. It's 1975.
Yeah, you're brilliant. 1975 is right. 2 each. This round's kind of steaming along here, isn't he? He's playing well, your teammate. Come on, John, get this right. The tennis player Brian Teacher won 1 Grand Slam singles title in 1980 when he was successful at which tournament? Australian Open, French Open, or US Open?
This is going to have to be a little bit of deduction if that was possible. I've got a feeling that the US Open is probably the most publicised Grand Slam tournament outside Wimbledon, and I haven't heard that name, so I'm tempted not to pick the US Open. I don't think any of the eggheads have a go down the left option, so I'll pick a go down the left and I'll say Australian.
Australian Open is the right answer. 3 out of 3, playing like a champion here, John. Lisa, to stay in. In 2011, the Australian rugby union player Matt Giteau joined which rugby team? Munster, Saracens, or Toulon?
See, I mean, I think John did a brilliant logic job on the last one in that it was unlikely to be the French Open and the US Open didn't ring any bells either. I haven't even got that much to go on. It's a straight 1 in 3. Yeah, well deserved, John. I'll go for Toulon.
Toulon is the right answer.
Well, look at that.
I suppose we can forgive her for that, John.
Well done, well done.
All right. Sudden death. So you've got none wrong so far. It gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternatives. John, here's your first. The former England cricketer Ian Botham was born in which decade?
I think it's got to be the 60s or the 70s. I would pick the 60s.
Ian Botham, born in the 60s. He's actually the 50s, 1955. Your question, Lisa, for the round. Which tennis player won the latest singles title at Wimbledon in 1988, 89, 91, 92, 93, 95 and 96?
One more time for me, Jeremy, please.
Which tennis player won the latest singles title at Wimbledon in 1988, 89, 91, 92, 93, 95 and 96? There are 7.
Yeah, okay. So 94's missing because that was Conchita Martinez. And then, then 7 you get to Hingis, so it must be Steffi Graf.
If you've got this right, you're in the final. Steffi Graf is the right answer, Lisa. Well done. It was that beastly Toulon answer that she guessed at, John, that did for you there. You've been knocked out as well. Looking difficult, but not impossible for our challengers. Return to us, please. We'll play the final. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Peter, Steve, John and Matt from the Seascalians, I'm afraid I need to ask you to leave the studio. OK, Mitch, here we go. You're playing to win the Seascalians £2,000. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Lisa, Steve, Pat, Chris and Beth, well, what can I say? You're playing for the Eggheads' reputation, which was bashed about a bit, but you're now back on the road. Look at you, all 5 of you here. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. They're all going to be general knowledge, Mitch. And you can confer. Sorry, that doesn't help you there. The question is, can your one brain take down these 5? All the best. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, Jeremy.
And here we go. Which of the Queen's grandchildren was born on the 23rd of March, 1990? Is it Harry, Zara or Eugenie?
1990. I'm not 100% certain, but I'll go with Harry.
When was Harry born?
84, I think.
84. Quite a bit earlier. It's Eugenie. OK. Eggheads, to take the lead. What type of food is the Italian zampone? Sausage, ice cream or cheese?
I think it's a sort of sausage made from pig's trotters.
Oh, when he said zam, I thought you were going to go
Sausage
for
made from
ham or something.
Pig's trotters. I think all the meat's collected together
OK.
and turned into some sort of sausage-like thing.
OK.
Any possibility of...
No, to give that a miss in the deli. Cheers, Pat.
Well, the rule is it's always cheese. Well, I don't think it is in this case.
Zampone.
If you've got an inkling
not
for
heard
a
of it
sausage,
as a
it's a
cheese.
sausage.
I've not heard of it as a cheese, and if you've got the thing for sausage, I'm very happy to back you.
Yeah, I'm
I've
happy.
not heard of it.
I think it's pig's trotters.
I'm happy with that if you are.
Together. I think we think it's a sort of sausage.
Sausage, made, you said, with pig's trotters?
Yes.
Right. Chris said the rule is always go cheese. But you're right. Sausage
done,
is
pal.
correct. Okay, Mitch, your question. The American actress and model Barbara Bach played Anya Amasova in which James Bond film? Diamonds Are Forever, For Your Eyes Only, or The Spy Who Loved Me?
My first thought was it's definitely not Diamonds Are Forever, because she was an actress in the mid to late 70s. And my first thought was For Your Eyes Only, but then you brought The Spy Who Loved Me up. They always say you should go with your first thoughts, and my first thought was For Your Eyes Only. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with The Spy Who Loved Me.
I'm so glad you did. It's right. Well done. The Spy Who Loved Me brings you level with the eggs. What is the capital, Eggheads, of the African country of Chad? Is it Maputo, N'Djamena, or Yamoussoukro?
N'Djamena.
Middle one. Yeah.
Yeah, middle one. Maputo is Mozambique and Yamoussoukro is...
Ivory Coast, yeah.
It's N'Djamena, Jeremy.
N'Djamena is your answer. N'Djamena is the correct answer. Now, they have 2 and you have 1, Mitch. There's no easy way to say this. You have to get this right or it's over. Take your time. In Guernsey, lawyers are known as advocates of the royal court and wear what on their heads instead of a wig? Is it a galero, cornet, or toque?
Wow. Cornets would be a tri-coloured item that you wear on the head. A galero sounds a bit too Spanish and Latin, so I'm going to discount that. I don't know what a toque is. I'm going to go with toque.
Toque is your answer. Let's see with the Eggheads. Do you know?
Well,
What is a toque anyway?
Toque is the hat that a chef wears.
Oh, see, like a chef's hat. Okay. It may be a chef's hat, but it's the right answer. Well done. Toque it is, Mitch. Well done. Eggheads, if you get this right, you've taken it. Who designed the statue of Nelson that stands on top of Nelson's column in Trafalgar Square? Is it Patrick Park, E.H. Bailey, or Charles Peart?
Bailey.
I think it's Bailey, isn't Railton did the actual column
Rogers, Bailey.
and Bailey did the statue.
Yeah, that's it.
They're the 2 men, aren't they? Railton and Bailey.
If you gentlemen are happy, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Definitely. Yeah.
Bailey. We think that's E.H. Bailey.
You did sound very certain. When was this built, this statue?
1830s, 1840s.
If you're right, the contest is over. You do say it with conviction, and you're right to. The answer is E.H. Bailey. We say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won. Commiserations, Mitch. And I know you're much better quizzers than the early rounds might have borne out by seeing them all back there, so well done. Difficult to be on your own in the final round.
Yeah, but good fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed
Good
it.
fun.
I'm really glad you
Great
enjoyed
day.
it. Thank you very much for coming. Commiserations to the Seascalians. Our own otherworldly people over here have done what comes naturally to them, and they reign supreme over Quizland still. Does mean you're not going home with the £2,000, so we take the money, we roll it over to our next show. Eggheads, building up a bit of a sequence here. I won't say a run just yet, but it's looking promising. I wonder who'll beat you. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers can do it. There is £3,000 waiting for them. Till we quiz again. Goodbye.